As runners, we all challenge ourselves in ways we never thought possible, pushing the boundaries of what we're capable of to smash through targets and set ourselves new, bigger and better ones.
This awesome hobby that we share gives us one thing in common, and it brings us together as a community. Whether you're working towards completing your first parkrun or you're a veteran of the sport who's run 100 ultra marathons, we all know the feeling of reaching that maxed out effort and our own red line.
Welcome to our podcast, where your hosts Brett Elsmore and Andy Maguire discuss the struggles, the successes and everything in between on our running journeys, as we all work towards the next time we're running the red line. Hello and welcome to episode 104 of Running the Red Line. I am your host Brett, and I am joined as always by my co-host Andy. And how are you this week, mate?
Yeah, I'm all right. We're recording in the daylight today because you are a world famous. You're a touring musician.
I don't know about famous. Yeah. I've got a gig tonight over in Wollaston near Stourbridge. Right. So I've got to get going and get all the equipment and everything, because the life of a musician is a what's the word I'm looking for? Glamorous life.
Yeah,
you have to shove a PA and all of your equipment into the back of a few cars, drive over to the pub, unload it all yourself, set it all up, then do the gig, then tear it all back down, shove it back in the car and drive home stupid o'clock at night.
Try and get to the kebab shop before it closes on the way
home. Yeah. So basically we are the roadies, the tech guys and the performers all in one.
Yeah. Yeah. All for a cut of about 13 quid. Oh, yeah, what a life. So yeah, what's your routine? What's your opening number, or does that change?
Well, if we do our standard set list, we'll probably start with Times Like These by the Foo Fighters.
Okay, yeah. Do you feel as a band you don't want to burn all your matches? Sorry to use a running analogy, but you don't want to use your absolute 9s and 10s out of 10s too early.
Yeah, the second set is the better set. It's got the better songs in. Although there are some good songs in the first set, none of the songs we do are bad, but we put all of the better ones in the second set because by then people have had a few more drinks and they're a bit more loose and a bit more up for either dancing or cheering along.
I can't tell you the amount of times, because I've worked a few weddings, because weddings are a different beast to what you're doing tonight. You're just doing a good old pub gig, aren't you? So it's a different crowd. But the amount of times that I've been to a wedding and it's been Uptown Funk to open, I would quite happily never hear that song ever again. My mate Tom, who's also a wedding videographer, he thinks exactly the same about that song. Loved it for a long time, but the novelty quickly wore off when you hear it every weekend of your life.
Did Uptown Funk you up?
Uptown funked me off, and then and then you've got, they'll normally go in after that. They'll probably go into something like, I tell you what song is so popular at weddings, which does my head in. But again, almost impossible not to sing along, and you quite like it, is that one-hit wonder band. I think they're called Walk the Moon.
Shut Up and Dance With Me.
Yeah, I think you find that song so aggressive.
Shut
Up and Dance With Me.
I will admit, we have done that a few times and played that at a wedding.
I don't blame you. Guaranteed floor filler.
It's off the set list at the moment, though, because it's I think, if I remember rightly, it's in a funny tuning. So because our guitarist likes to just have the one guitar rather than having to bring loads of guitars along in different tunings. Okay. yeah, we've put it off the set list at the moment.
Yeah, I always find that there's a few lyrics in there that I find quite aggressive from the woman's side of things. This woman is my destiny. I said, ooh, shut up and dance with me. I think that's what she says. Did she say?
Yeah, she says, basically it's a song about the bloke isn't very confident and doesn't want to dance. And she basically says, shut up, just get up here and dance.
He could be some, like, I don't know, on the spectrum or something. And she has just shattered his confidence on the dance floor there and then. He's thinking, this is the woman of my dreams. And she's absolutely destroyed him in front of his friends and family. So, but that song is always there. I tell you another song. Now, this is where I start grooving. You see a little bit of the hips start to shake when I've got the camera in my hand and when I'm doing a wedding. Ain't Nobody. I am a sucker.
Yes, what a great song that is.
When you hear that, someone's tinkling the ivories on the key.
Yeah.
Someone's, kind of giving it that as well. Yeah. When you hear that, that's massive. That's a big old song.
We haven't got a keys player, so we're only a 4-piece. So we've got a guitar, bass, drums, and vocals. So that does eliminate quite a lot of songs that we can do because we can't do the ones with things like that. But we do a couple of songs where the synth or the keys are quite important, but we've done it without and worked around it, and still, I think we do quite a good job. So one of the big songs in the first half, like the first set that we do, is we do Easy Lover by Phil Collins. And yes, because it's not actually a Phil Collins song, is it? It's
I don't know who the other singer is on that record.
Yeah, but the other singer, it's his song, and Phil Collins was featuring on his song, but everybody knows it as a Phil Collins song.
Oh, that riff, that when that guitar crunches in.
But
that is just
what's funny about that song is because we haven't got the keys doing all the twinkly bit at the start. The way the song starts with the guitars and drums, it sounds like a metal, like death metal song. So it's just like, dun,
like the start of Thunderstruck. Oh, right, yeah.
And but then when it kicks in, it's quite good. And then the other one we do where keys are quite important, but we've managed to do it without, is we do Mr. Blue Sky.
Yeah, that's a good old song. Yeah. That's a good track. You'll get some Birmingham City fans. You'll get Leggett Lee singing along to that. I think they've adopted that song, haven't they?
Yeah.
That's a good old song. So I've just Googled the lyrics to going back to
Shut Up and Dance with Me. Yeah.
Yeah. I just feel so sorry for this guy.
Because she says, "Don't look back, just keep your eyes on me."
Yeah. A backless dress and some beat-up sneaks. My discotheque Juliet, a teenage dream. I felt it in my chest as she looked at me. I knew we were bound to be together, bound to be together. She took my arm. I don't know how it happened. We took the floor and she said, "Don't you dare look back. Just keep your eyes on me." I said, "You're holding back." She said, "Shut up and dance with me." "This woman is my destiny," she said. Ooh, shut up and dance with me."
Brilliant.
It's a running podcast. It's a running podcast. Sorry.
Yeah. And then our final songs. So we finished the first set on All the Small Things by Blink-182. That's the last song of the first set. Wow. Another big song we do in the second set is Teenage Dirtbag. Great song. But then we finish the second set with I Believe in a Thing Called Love by The Darkness.
Do you know, that's one thing I said to because when I said to Louise, I was like, "Do you know my sister?" I said, "Oh, you remember Brett?" She's like, yeah, we started chatting about you. And she's like, in his band, he's very proud of the fact that he can sing the top bit of I Believe in a Thing Called Love. So has that been your party trick since like 2003 or whatever it was? Yeah.
Yeah, since we started the band, yeah, it's like, yeah, we can actually do the song properly, because it seems that all the other cover bands that do it either can't hit the notes or they do it an octave lower.
Yeah.
And it's one of those. So we finish the last set with that, but then we've got an encore as well, a 3-song encore, just in case. But sometimes we wait until they all go, yeah, play one more song, and we go, oh, go on then, in the classic way that you do.
So
and do 3 more.
Share, Believe?
No, unfortunately. Yeah. So the encore starts with I Bet You Look Good on the Dance Floor.
Yeah.
Second one is
do you do it with like a Sheffield accent?
Yeah. Got to.
Stop making eyes at me. I'll stop making eyes at you.
And then second one is Don't Stop Believing by Journey, which has got some massive notes in it again. So that is always if I've still got enough voice at the end, we'll do Journey. If not, I say we'll cut that one out. And then the final one we do is the classic that every covers band has to put in their set.
Well, it's obviously not Oasis, because I know your thoughts and feelings on Oasis.
It's not. But it is the song that gets everybody dancing, everybody singing.
Why can't I think what it would be? I'm going to need a clue.
When things aren't the best, but you want to be positive, you look on the
bright side of life. That's the worst encore song I've ever heard in my life. You look at Mr. Brightside. Oh, right, of course.
As if that was the first song that you went to.
Yeah.
Brilliant. If life's a piece of...
Yeah, that would be the worst song. Everyone would just start, come on, finish your drink. We're going.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Mr. Brightside by The Killers.
I've just thought
that every covers band does.
I've just thought of another toe tapper that I used to absolutely love that weddings have destroyed for me. Lionel Richie, All Night Long. That is just...
Yes.
I know, but that's a guaranteed...
Yeah, great song.
But, you going back to All the Small Things. So this is sort of my start of sort of my rebellious era, sort of turn of the millennium. Would you put... and by rebellious, I'm talking, I might have shoplifted some Chewits. What would you put them as pop punk?
Yeah, they are.
Would you say
they're to a pop punk? Yeah.
So I would say for a lot of people like me, they were like a gateway drug for that kind of music. Like I was never into The Offspring or anything a little bit more punky before Blink-182. And obviously Offspring have been going 10 years or 8 years or something already, haven't they? Mm-hmm. And bands, and then I started exploring people like Smashing Pumpkins and all these kind of bands that I was, not alternative enough to listen to back then. I think Blink-182 are a safe bet. They had that. What was that? Enema of the State? Was it their first record?
That weren't their first record, but that was the one that went big. Yeah.
Yeah, because that had obviously All the Small Things. Did that have not I Miss You? What was some of the other big tunes they had? What's My Age Again?
Yes, What's My Age Again? Yeah. I Miss You was on their self-titled album.
Yeah, that was when they kind of almost settled down and kind of got a little bit more. Didn't they have a song called Rock Show as well? I quite like that.
Yeah. That was on the album before Enema of the State, or was it on?
Oh, was it?
I don't know.
Was it?
Because they had an album called Dude Ranch as well, which is quite a funny title.
I didn't. Yeah, I don't know anything about that. But,
because do you know why it's called Dude Ranch?
No.
It's a play on because obviously people think Dude Ranch, it's like a ranch where you'd have animals and stuff, and it's just a load of men, so it's Dude Ranch. But it's actually a play on the color and consistency of a fluid that men make that looks like ranch.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, right. You just ruined that. Like anyone getting ranch dressing from Subway forever now.
And their other album, which is called Take Off Your Pants and Jacket, which everybody thinks it's take off your pants, your trousers, and your jacket, your coat. But it's actually them being funny again of saying take off your pants and jack it.
Yeah. That's quite clever, isn't it? Yeah. They're wordsmiths.
Yeah. But going back to you saying about Lionel Richie, what another left field song that we do in that sort of vein is we do
Luther Vandross. No.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, don't tell me. No. It's of that vein, isn't it? Of All Night Long. It's got to be. Oh, God, I've just got heard it through the grapevine of me. That's Marvin Gaye. I can't think of the title of the song. No, I thought I had it, but it's gone.
When you always don't have enough, what's the opposite?
It's never too much, never too much, never too much.
Yeah. So we do that as well, which is great fun.
Oh, that's another one of a wedding that I cannot dislike when that comes on. Don't want nobody else to ever love me. Yeah, what a track that is. What a brilliant song. But there are certain songs at a wedding, like, you know, that dance that people do to the dance floor when they hear Superstition, sorry. And, you know, people start dancing with their, you know, 3/4 drunk pint of IPA because they've already had 16 pints. But, yeah, weddings have destroyed a lot of good songs for me, unfortunately. But never too much will never be destroyed, I don't think. That's
no, you can never have too much. Never too much.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. So, shall we move on to some running now that we've spoken about?
There was what's because there's one massive thing that I forgot to write down in my pre-show notes.
What's that?
That we didn't agree to talk about. What were you going to launch with? Shall I tell you what I think we should talk about?
What I've got on my list?
Yeah.
I was going to go with, well, could have gone with anything, but I was going to go with what happened last weekend, races.
Well, okay. Before we go down that road, what about the monumental news about the London Marathon 2027?
Yes.
Is it been confirmed or is this still hearsay?
It's rumours. It's rumours. So basically, The Guardian have said that they've found out information about it, that they're planning to make it a 2-day event. Shall I give you my opinion first?
Yeah, I think you should.
I think it's an awful idea. I think it's ridiculous. The whole point, well, not the whole point, but the whole thing that makes the London Marathon such a magical race and why people want to do it so much, number one, and number two, enjoy doing it so much, is the atmosphere. And if you spread that atmosphere over 2 days, it's going to lose all of its like splendor and magic, because no one is going to want to spectate for 2 whole days. So they will either spectate on the Saturday or Sunday, depending on when their person is running. So you basically get in all of the people who aren't spectating a particular runner, you're cutting them in half. So half of them go on Saturday, half go on Sunday. So the crowds are going to be sparse and half of the amount. And it's just not going to have the same atmosphere. And because it's 2 days, it's not going to be as special. One of the days could either be half as good for both days, or one of the days is going to feel like the poor child of the two, where people are going to still like really go for the Sunday, and the Saturday isn't going to be.
There's no way the Saturday would be anywhere near as good as the Sunday. Surely, surely the Sunday's the big one. So, I mean, I must admit, I totally agree as well. I think the way a lot of people have looked at it, and they've almost dressed it up to become a positive, is because we can raise twice as much money. Fair enough.
But they can also charge twice as much money and get twice as much to the organisers.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I think it's greed. I think it's quite greedy, and I don't think anyone. I mean, what are our ballot chances? 1%, less than that. So they go from 1% to 2%.
Yeah,
and it loses its appeal. Like I am. Basically, I have made peace with the only way I'm really going to get into London is if I qualify for it. And that is, I'm really happy with that, because that gives me something to work towards, and that gives me to something to always dream about doing. And if all of a sudden it becomes so much easier to get in, I think that will be like, oh.
Yeah. And there's also talk that they want to spread the men's and the women's races across the 2 days, so they're like the elite races. That's going to be a bit naff as well, isn't it? So they want to do it like the Olympics, but they're not the Olympics.
Yeah. And think about the cleanup operation as well.
Yeah,
the turnaround. This isn't a village hall,
Also, the people of London. Are they going to want the whole of London shut down for a whole weekend?
Exactly. And imagine if you're like, for the majority of us that work sort of Monday to Friday, imagine if you get to London on that Friday night and you've usually got that extra day to go to the expo, and you've got a marathon to run on the Saturday, the London marathon as well.
Yeah.
I mean, fair enough, you'll have the Sunday to recover, but I don't know. It's just like the build-up is everything, isn't it? I imagine at London, you get that Saturday to really feel the buzz. It's the first day of the weekend, and it's just that excitement building in the air. Imagine like leaving your apartment on the Saturday, and there's already a marathon going on. It's like, stolen my thunder a little bit.
Yeah. I think it's an awful idea.
Yeah, I can see
it is just a money grab.
Yeah, I can see a few arguments for it. Obviously, the main one being more people will get the chance to do it.
Yeah, but does it still have that special feeling that you've got into the London Marathon if they've made it twice as easy to get in?
So, Boston. Why is Boston a qualifying only race? Do you know how long that's been in place? Is that I think
it's always been like that,
right? And that's, I bet they're really glad, aren't they? Because for those reasons,
there are some charity places at Boston, and some places that you can buy into Boston Marathon, but the majority is you have to run a qualifier.
Yeah, there's no mass entry. There's no like tickets go on sale at this time on this day.
There's no ballot or mass entry or anything like that. There's charity places or the qualifying.
Yeah. I mean, obviously London can never take that direction, but if anything, it's going the opposite way, isn't it? It's trying to let more people participate. And I don't know. Maybe there are some good things about it that we're missing, but it feels like they're doing it because they want to be the first to do it rather than it's the right thing to do. I mean, I don't know. I just think let's just all stick to just moaning that we didn't get in. Isn't that just easier? Rather than having an underwhelming experience. I don't know. But maybe it wouldn't be. Maybe it would be good. So, okay, let's put our positive heads on. what would be the positives of 2 London marathons? If you were, let's say we both got in, but we got in on the Saturday. Can you think of any positives there? Or could you think of any reason to have, would you put, for example, let's just say performance on the one day, mass entry on the second day? Would you have ballot and charity on one day? Would you have elites and championship on another day?
I suppose if that's possibly a good one. You could do one day is all ballot people, so just whoever gets in, and then the second day could be a qualifying day like Boston. So all of the people who have been trying for years to get a qualifying time for London, they could bring the qualifying times down a little bit. So that more people could get a thing. But they're never going to do that because people who are qualifying aren't doing it for charity fundraising reasons. They're doing it because they want to run it and they want to race it and they want to do it as fast as they can. And the whole reason of London making it 2 days is this charity raising more charity money and also lining their pockets twice.
Yeah. But imagine though, if like, for example, you've got maybe you could have a cutoff. So you could have the fast race on the Saturday, 3 hours and under, or 3.5 hours and under, or something like that. Obviously, not everyone would like that idea, but would that be more alluring if you're at the sharper end? Because there'd be maybe less people on the course if you did that on a Saturday.
Oh, would there be less people though?
Well, no, it would turn into a Valencia, really, wouldn't it?
That's
would turn
what I
into
mean.
a faster race, but still packed.
It would be even more crowded than it is now because you'd be putting even more people in that can run that pace rather than a spread across.
Yeah. Could you imagine, the Valencia of London marathons?
Yeah.
No, the London Marathon of Valencia. So like 20,000 people all going for sub 3.
Exactly.
Yeah, that probably wouldn't work, would it? But I mean, people have been saying this for a while, haven't they? But that's one thing that's the only way they can see this going to appease all those people that have never gotten in, because there's people that have been applying to the ballot for long.
But therefore, should we change everything to make it easier to get into everything in life?
Yeah,
just to appease people because they've never been able to get in. So, like, I don't know, Michelin star restaurants. Should we make the
them cheaper?
Should we make them cheaper so everyone can come in?
Yeah.
No. Do you know what I mean? Should we make something that is for a lot of people a once in a lifetime thing? Should we make that easier and make it less of a reward for actually getting in, or do we keep it? And I'm not being elitist and being snobby and saying that people shouldn't be allowed to run it. I think more people should be allowed to run London, yes, but at the same time, does allowing more people make it less of a spectacular event?
Yeah, I think that the thing that annoys most of us runners is people that sign up for it and they don't really know what the London Marathon is. They've maybe seen it on the TV or seen a vlog of it and think, oh yeah, I could have a go at that. Like, I think that's where it comes from, is that a lot of, it's like a jealousy, isn't it? It's like people are getting in who some people think don't deserve to be there. And that's a lot of where the sort of jealousy comes from, is that it is that simple, is that we've all got the same opportunity to get in, whether we're prepared or trained for it or not. And then the people that almost feel protective over it seem to lose out time and time again, because we're the people going for it and missing out quite regularly. So it could happen, and it probably will happen in our lifetime. If not at London, then definitely at one of the other big ones. But if they do it, they've got to put equal emphasis on both, I think.
Yeah. A better way to do it, personally, for me, rather than doing it over a whole weekend and make it London Marathon weekend, they do one in April and one in the autumn.
That's a better idea.
Do one every 6 months.
That's good. And how are you going to stop people if you do a weekend? How are you going to stop people banditing that? How are you going to stop people jumping on the course and doing the double?
Yeah.
I did two back-to-back London marathons with no training. Stick it on YouTube, guaranteed 50,000 views. Do you know what I mean? It's going to. Yeah, it's going to happen. Someone would do. Loads of people would do that. And there's Kieran's doing this actually. There's the backwards midnight marathon as well. So some people would do the Saturday, then the backwards London marathon to the start line, and then do the marathon. So they could do the hat trick. So, yeah, by the way, just going off topic slightly, that does appeal to me one day doing that, the backwards London marathon at midnight.
Yeah.
Have you heard of that?
But that's an unofficial thing that people just do. It's not actually linked to the London Marathon. And
I think it is an event. I think Kieran's
it's an event, but it's not a London Marathon event. It's like an unofficial. It's an unofficial thing where people go, because the course is set out, they go start at the finish line and run to the start line at midnight, before the race even starts.
But there would be loads of people that would try and do the double, wouldn't there? But I don't know how have to be like completely different bibs from day one to day two.
Yep.
Is it unethical to do both? Yeah, obviously, yes, it is, because the whole point is to let everyone have a go.
Yeah.
I mean, do you reckon they're thinking of like doing this so there's a chance that more and more people will eventually get to do it within the next 10 years? So hopefully in 20 years' time, it won't be as popular. Do you reckon that's what they're thinking? If everyone's done it, no one wants to do it anymore.
Yeah.
Like, where do you go from there when you have two marathons in one weekend?
Yeah. See, are they also jumping the gun on the running boom that's been happening over the last few years? Because what happens if they make it a 2-day event and then the running boom that we've seen in a few years' time starts to fizzle out?
Yeah.
And then are they then going to struggle to fill the 2 days and make it back to a 1-day event?
It is a massive risk on the organiser's side.
Yeah.
You know, if it does completely tank, if they do end up losing loads of money. Yeah. Who knows? But anyway, that's a big topic up for discussion, isn't it?
And also, who runs a marathon on a Saturday?
It's not right. Only trail runners.
Yeah.
Not right. It's not right, is it?
And they're a bit weird, aren't they?
They're all weird. They're all weirdos. You have to wear trail shoes. That should be the rule. I was just doing Norwegian training last week. That's what I was doing. Norwegian singles for an hour and 40 minutes. So, that should be the rule, really. If you want to do the Saturday, you have to wear trail shoes.
And they put dirt and sand across the whole of the course.
They should definitely put Primrose Hill in the course or something. They should definitely put
and halfway around there's a tractor with some angry farmers shouting at you.
Yes, or you have to run away from like a pheasant shoot or something like that. Yeah. Do you know what? I ran the Worcestershire Way a couple of years ago, and as I was going through one of the sections, there was loads of guys in high-vis stuff on walkie-talkies. What's going on here? Like running down a quiet footpath. And they waved me forward. I was like, thank you for waving me forward down a public footpath, but yes, I will continue. And he radioed to someone else saying, we've just got a runner coming through. And then I just heard pop, 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 pop. I just heard all these bangs. And I was running through a pheasant shoot.
Oh, wow.
And then I saw all these like Cocker Spaniels and all these hunting dogs. And I was like, Yeah. So I was like, Chip, well, am I going to get shot? Am I going to make it through this this bit of footpath?
Yeah.
But yeah, so it is sketchy. Like sometimes
Yeah.
run on the trails. But did you hear in France a few years ago, where they're a little bit more rogue with their hunting laws over there? People over there were deer hunting, and a runner got shot and killed
What?
on the trails. I don't know how they were mistaken for a deer or some sort of animal, but yeah, they ended up getting shot. I'm pretty sure they got killed as well. So
Wow. I was going to make a joke then and say, yeah, trail runners are a bit funny, and they were running on all fours. But
yeah, I mean, it could have been
man,
all fours by that point. Yeah,
that's mad.
that'll teach you for walking the hills, not running away from the bullets. That was poor. That was poor. But yeah, so we'll just cut that out. But you can joke about anything these days, right? So you just get in trouble for it. You just have to do an apology afterwards. I'll do that next week. Right, moving. I will get cancelled. Right, moving on then. What shall we chat about next?
So I was going to go on to some races that happened last year. That happened last week. First off, do we go for people that we know have raced or professional races?
Let's do professional. We haven't done a professional race for a long time.
Yeah. So I completely forgot and didn't mention it on the pod last week, but last weekend was the World Indoor Champs. Which, yeah, was good. I watched some of the races. I didn't watch it all, but I did watch some of it, and some of it was, yeah, fantastic. The exciting races for me were obviously the men's 3000, because you had all of the big hitters, and you had the medalists from the 1500 at the Paris Olympics all in the 3000 instead. We'd also had the Millrose Games recently, where they'd all raced in the 3000 meters as well. And obviously at the Millrose Games, Cole Hocker had outkicked Josh Kerr to the win. Or was that a 2 mile? Was it a 2 mile or 3K? I think it was 3000, weren't it? Yeah. So it was like a rematch of that, which was great. And then also the women's 1500 meters, where we had Georgia Hunter Bell running, and the women's 800, where we had Keeley running, obviously. So, with the results, we had the men's 3000 meters first, and I was well happy. Josh Kerr did it. Yeah, he got the W, and over the finish line, he did the sleeping, pose
celebration.
And do you know why he did that?
Well, didn't Cole Hocker do that when he outkicked him a couple of weeks before?
A couple of weeks before at the Millrose Games, Cole Hocker outkicked him and did that to say, I can do this in my sleep. Yeah. So Josh Kerr remembered that and did exactly the same to Cole Hocker when he beat him, which I thought was brilliant. They had a little bit of banter in the interviews afterwards, where Cole Hocker was like, they said to him, "What do you think about Josh using your finishing pose against you?" And he said, "I'll remember that for the future." And then Josh was like, "Well, he'd used it on me, so I thought I'd give him a bit of his medicine and remind him."
I don't know if it was because it was indoors, but they look like they're running. You can really see how fast of a runner they are on that smaller, because the bends are quicker and the track is smaller, and the speed, like, it must have been running 20 mile an hour towards the end of it. It was ridiculous, wasn't it? And more.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
He ran 3,000 meters in 7:35. So it was still a fast race. It's not like the fastest 3,000 meters there's been, but it's still, that's some good going in it.
Their like kick must be able to start with a 1, like in terms of minutes per K. Because like a fast kick for like a marathon finish will probably be like, well, that marathon 3-hour marathon pace is about 2:45, 2:50 a K, isn't it? No. Yeah. 2:45, I think, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I wonder if their kicks must start with like a 1 minute something or like 1:59 or something. It's so quick, the speed that they run. And I mean, that's something that I have never ever managed to do. But how on earth do you kick after running flat out? Like to be able to run, I mean, that's a question any of us can answer. Like a 5K being, well, we have this sort of argument at club. Is 5K a short distance or is it endurance? Most people think it's not short distance. They think it's endurance.
Yeah, it is.
So they think that a 5K pace should be fairly comfortable.
5K is long distance. It's not middle distance.
Yeah. So technically, 5K pace shouldn't be 10 out of 10, really, should it? But still, if you've run a hard 5K, then you know how that feels. And towards the end, finding something extra is just so hard. Yeah. So how that must feel after a 1,500 or a 3,000 at that level, is
it's pretty impressive, isn't it?
Yeah, very impressive. But yeah, so what did Josh run?
7:35.
Wow.
Yeah.
My 3,000 meter PB is 11:28. He's done 4 minutes before me.
Yeah.
He was done he's basically almost twice as quick as me. Almost.
Yeah.
That's madness.
What's my PB? 9:57, I think. So yeah, 2.5 minutes in front of me.
Yeah, he's done a kilometre before you, basically.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mental. But that was a great race. A really good race as well, because his tactics were perfect. He stayed on the inside, but not hugging the rail for all of it. So he had a good position. And then, just knew when to go and went at the right time. So Cole Hocker just couldn't catch him because he was catching him, but because he had a bit, because the bends are so tight on a 200-meter indoor track, it's not the same. You haven't got the same length of straight to really put your kick in. So you're having to go around the outside of people, around the bend. So he timed it perfectly. But then so the other one was Georgia Hunter-Bell in the women's 1,500 was one that I was excited to watch, and she ran a great race because I think this was the one where somebody went off and gapped the rest of the field, and Georgia Hunter-Bell just stayed back with Jess Hull and Nikki Hiltz and all those, and just slowly ramped up the pace, and then in the last couple of laps caught up with a person who had gone off in front and overtook them, and she just powered away from everybody, Georgia Hunter-Bell.
Really?
And she ran a new British record, new indoor 1,500 meter women's record. She ran 3:58.53 for the 1,500, which is fantastic, and she got the gold medal. But was it Saturday that was on? Because they were calling it like Super Saturday as well. Again, weren't they? Can you remember when we had was it Super Saturday or Super Sunday at the
Super Saturday, wasn't
Olympics? Yeah, where Mo Farah won and a couple of others, and they were calling it Super Saturday for Team GB because Georgia Hunter-Bell won the 1,500, and then Molly Caldry, she won the pole vault. Not that long afterwards, only minutes later. And then within, I think it was 45 minutes in total, Keely Hodgkinson then stepped up to run her 800 and just looked incredible. She looks unbeatable at the moment at 800, and she ran a championship record. So fastest a woman's ever run the 800 meters at the World Indoors. What did she run? 155, I think it was 155. So yeah, she just looks unbeatable. Nobody was close.
So is an indoor track slower or faster than outdoors? Because there's so many bends.
It depends.
Yeah.
So some people go to like certain indoor tracks because they are built in a particular way that makes them really, really fast.
Are they cambered as well on the bends?
So all the bends are cambered because of how short the straights are and how tight the curves are. But it depends. So some tracks people go, like there's a track in Boston, Boston University, and people go to Boston specifically because they know the track is super, super fast and they can get a PB or a qualifying time for championships.
It's like the Valencia of indoor track running. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just something about the field that goes there and something about the track itself. And But so within about 45 minutes, Team GB won 3 gold medals in the women's, which is brilliant. Fantastic. Really good. And then not long afterwards, Keely then comes out and runs the anchor leg for the 4x400 and runs the fastest leg out of the whole field. Really?
Out of everybody that was running the 4x400, she ran the fastest leg.
On the same night, like half an hour later or something?
Yeah. Not long after she'd done the 800. Yeah, she ran a 50 point something for a leg on the anchor leg of the 4x4.
Who's at the door? Anyone important?
I don't know. I think it's just my next door neighbour walking across me drive.
Was that your ring doorbell? I thought.
Yeah. I've just turned my phone on silent because I've forgot to. But I will say something that got overshadowed by Team GB ladies winning 3 golds in a row is Cooper Luckenhaus, I think his name is. He won the gold. He's from the American. He won the gold in the men's 800 meters, but he's the youngest gold medalist at a world championships ever. I think he's just turned 17.
God. And what did he win?
The 800 meters.
800. Was it a pretty challenging time? Was it
144.24? He won it in.
Oh, crikey. That's so fast. 17 years old.
Yeah. So, yeah, pretty impressive.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was basically the ones that stood out to me, the things that I was quite excited to watch at the World Champs. But I thought we'd just quickly go through those. But
cool.
On to stuff a bit closer to home. There was Gloucester half.
Yes. Yeah, we know a few people that went down. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's known as a really fast half marathon and 10K now because it's a run through event. I don't know if it was run by somebody else before it, but yeah, it's become a massive event now. I think TQ said in his video.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you watch TQ's video, my favourite part of that video is, and here we go, in typical run-through style, we've got to run through the back of all the 10K runners through some really tight turns and really tight roads, but it's really good.
My favourite bit was, we decided to pick a number up this week, have you? To the bandit.
Yes, both of them actually were wearing numbers, so they'd entered a race.
With their big long johns on, they're quite easily identifiable, aren't they? Easily identified. They've got these big. I always wear these big, vibrant, happy stride looking. What do you call them? Leg socks. Calf sleeves. Sorry. And TQ absolutely Adam, brilliant. I decided to pay for this one, have you, lads? Oh, classic, brilliant stuff.
But do you want to go through the list of people that we know who raced at Gloucester?
Yeah. Now, I don't have anybody's times here. We probably could. Well, we know, first of all, we've got to mention him. He's done it again.
I know, ridiculous.
He's absolutely smashed out another PB. And I think he actually got a PB within a PB. I think he got a 10K PB.
He ran
as a half.
faster. He ran faster through 10K than he did at Telford.
What an absolute machine. So Leggett Lee, a regular name you'll hear on this podcast. We've got to get him on for a chat one day.
We have, haven't we?
He's just and we'll see him tomorrow at Relays, won't we? I would have thought.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think he ran. What was his 10K time?
Well, he ran 1:16 for the half. Mental.
So he must have been 35 something for the 10K, maybe.
Yeah.
36 low, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna find out. Hang on.
Absolute hero.
Let me find him. I'm sure he put it on. No. I thought he'd put it onto his thingy, but he
put it on. He put it on his story, didn't he?
He was on his story, yeah. So it's disappeared. But he said 1:16.23 ran. And it's an 11.5-minute PB over the half. That's almost a minute a mile.
That is madness. And he said, got a 10K PB as well, but not, what did he say? But I know I can run faster than that, so I'll take care of that in Telford in December.
Yeah. Brilliant.
What a legend. Or some words to that effect. But yeah, very well done, Lee. And you're looking in mighty fine shape for London.
Yeah. Yes.
So love to see it.
Yeah, his sub-3 target's gone out the window now, and he's now targeting a much quicker time. But I think he's definitely got it in him.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. And well, have I seen? Yes, I have seen his video. I think the FOD runner put he put a video about running 70 minutes, I think.
Yeah, incredible time. Yeah, that was a new PB for him as well. He said, was it what's his surname? Griff something. His username's Globerunner Griff, isn't it?
Yeah.
On thingy, I can't remember what his name is, but he ran 70:39 FOD runner, and he said he was paced by that Globerunner Griff through to that time. So yeah, incredible.
Yeah, so that's one hell of a performance. That's just,
it is, isn't it?
I'd love to know what the Gloucester course is like. It sounds like it's obviously really fast.
Yeah.
And it seems to be attracting a good caliber of runners, doesn't it? So maybe that's a really good place to go for a good, fast spring half marathon on the way to a marathon, if anybody is training for one. So put it in your diary for next March if you're from this area, because it looks like a very good one. Obviously, we know TQ ran. I think, did he do 1:18? Something like that?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So he ran, I think he was the only Q down there, wasn't he? I don't think
so,
any of the other boys were down there. So yeah, well done, TQ. Good showing. Ryan and Haley. I don't know if Haley raced. I'll have to, again. I don't know. I know Ryan did, because Ryan was in TQ's video.
Yeah. Carrying a bottle off the start line.
Yeah. So again, I don't know how those boys. I don't know how Ryan and Haley did, but yeah, hopefully they both had a good one.
Harry
was there as well.
Yeah, he was running as well.
Yeah. Do you know anybody else? There are probably loads of other people there that we know that did it, but I think Brad Price went down there from the Next K lads.
Yeah.
I think Brad ran something like 1:18.
Oh, wow. Incredible.
Yeah. I'll have to have a look, because Brad's times are really tumbling. He's really doing well at the moment. He's really smashing it. So him and the other Next K lads are doing really well. So no, I can't find it. Is he? No, he hasn't put it on. But anyway, so well done to you, lads. And well done to everyone else that races in Gloucester. Gloucester. And
Yeah.
quick well done as well to Neil Gamble,
Yes.
who's got his YouTube channel called A Up and Run, who got a 2-minute, I think, PB at the Wilmslow Half, which apparently is the Gloucester of the North. Apparently that's a really
is that up
fast
Manchester
course.
way? Wilmslow.
Yeah, Cheshire, yeah.
Yeah.
So sort of South Manchester, yeah. And then Jay, as we know, who's not fast, not last on YouTube and Instagram. And yeah, so congratulations. And what we liked about Jay's run was you noticed his photo.
Yeah.
He had a photo afterwards, and he looked like he was celebrating with a cigarette, but it was just an exact one of them where was he even holding something?
No, it was a white car behind him, and it was a perfect gap in between the legs of the two people.
Yes, that's it. And it worked out quite funnily, didn't it? Yeah. And you were like, am I the only one that can see this? So yeah. Well, I can't find it now, but yeah, that was a cracker of a photo. So yes, well done to you guys. Here we go. Yeah. This is it. Look at Jay in the middle, and then if I zoom in, there you go. It looks like he's holding his bifter.
So good.
Everything gone behind me, man. Yeah, absolutely.
He's got his hand in the perfect position for holding it and everything.
Oh, so good. So good. So yeah, but yeah, cracking job all round. So well done to everyone that raced last weekend.
Did Matt run that one as well? Matt Nolan, because he was in the picture, wasn't he?
I don't know. I've got a feeling. I don't know if he did.
Has he got a medal round his neck?
No, he hasn't got a medal. I've got a feeling he was just there on supporting duties.
Yeah, okay.
So I know he's been injured as well. So I don't think him and Michael ran. I think they just supported from the van. But yeah, I've considered, because I nearly was able to get a bib for Wilmslow, but I had my race instead because someone from Worcester, from the club, said, "Oh, I can't race it now because they were injured. Does anyone want me to transfer their bib?" And I was tempted. But it's if I was in better shape, it might have been one that I would travel for. But you know, when you're just not in shape and you think, well, it's a last minute thing, there's no point going all that way.
Yeah.
But thinking about it, it's probably only about 20 minutes further than I travelled to Ironbridge, and I still had a shocker. So it doesn't really matter. So yeah.
So talking about that, shall we move on to your race from last week?
Yeah, won't take long. It was the it was the positive split that even Dave Rowbottom would be proud of. It was beautiful. It was like bang on halfway, bang on pace, and then second half, just the perfect drop off. And you know you're in trouble when you're doing a race, when you're running downhill, because you've been warned that there's a hill second half and all the rest of it's second half. You know you're in trouble when you get to halfway and you're blowing, and that was the easy bit. The course is quite traily, and the terrain was in our favour on the day. It wasn't muddy. It wasn't particularly, it wasn't that bad or anything like that. But the terrain was fairly runnable in road shoes. Saw people doing it in Alpha Flies. People wearing super shoes. But I decided to go for the ATRs, which are these colour, which are orange. And Mac, Mac loves a deal, doesn't he?
Yes.
And Mac sent a deal into the group a few weeks ago, and he said, "Look at these Evo SLs, ATRs, only with a code on ASOS. So like 67 quid I got them for." Correct me if I'm wrong, that is a bargain.
That's half
price. A pair of Evo SL ATRs for 67 quid. That's ridiculous. So I actually should have bought two pairs, really, but I didn't want to buy the same colourway twice. But anyway, so they came, and I thought, yes, these are the perfect shoe for me to wear, because they're my excuse as to why it goes badly tomorrow. Oh, well, I wasn't wearing carbons. That was why. That was why it all went wrong. It was the shoes. And but I've got a quick shoes news update. They were brilliant. Really enjoyed them, and I've since worn them up the hills as well. And yeah, they're really, really good. I don't know how they'll do in muddy conditions or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But from what I've tested them on, they feel really good and very, very similar to the actual Evo SLs, surprisingly, because they're called Evo SL. So yeah, just quickly then about the course. So it's downhill for the first over half. It's downhill and flat until 8.5 miles. And that is where the party really starts. So at 8 miles, you run over the Iron Bridge, which is just so cool. Until the Iron Bridge, it's mainly trail running through. The first 3 miles, at least, is through Telford Town Park. You do a lap of where we do the Telford 10K.
Yeah.
Which is all tarmac. And then you go onto the Silkin Way down to the river. Yeah. And then you get onto the Severn Way.
Watching your video, I was like, this is basically the Telford 10K. This bit. Oh, there's the slope you go up. Oh, there's the slope you go down, and then it went elsewhere. And I was like, oh, I don't know this bit.
Yeah. So where the turnaround cone is at the Telford 10K, obviously we just kept going, and I was like, oh, this is going to be bad, because I didn't realize doing the Iron Bridge half last week made me realize how not flat Telford 10K is. Yeah. That little out and back section is quite fiercely downhill towards the cone, and then getting back up it is not steep, but it's definitely not flat. So Telford is all about maximizing those downhills, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then just staying in the game as long as you can, back up those slopes. Let's call them slopes. But then this does qualify as a hill. This is not a slope. You go over the Iron Bridge and you go about, I don't know, 1/4 of a mile down the road, and you take a hard right, and then you are faced with Station Road. And I'll be honest, it wasn't that bad, because everyone was overtaking me. Everyone was running. I was the only one walking, so it can't be that bad. However, if you get to the bottom of that hill and you're already done, it's not going to go well for you for that next 400 meters.
Yeah.
So I had to walk up that hill. I don't think I've walked in a race for a long time, for a bloody long time. And it's like, I mean, I ended up finishing the race with a respectable time, very respectable time, 1:40. But it's not the time that has annoyed me. It's like my sort of effort, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And you just get annoyed at yourself for feeling like that. And
you did the classic Andy Maguire, lost your head, didn't you?
I took one look at that hill and I was just beaten. I was just done. I was like, there's no point flogging myself up this hill, because I don't know where it's going to end. And, well, I do. It's going to end in 5 miles. So there's no point going hard up this steep hill now. There's just no point. I might just walk it. And then I met a lad at the end who bantered me on course, asking if I was all right walking up the hills. Called Sam.
On your video, yeah, someone goes past and goes, that's not Andy Maguire walking uphill, is it?
Yeah, worst moment of my life. So I should have said I'm doing a Norwegian training, guys. Back off.
Yeah, trying to keep my heart right down.
Yeah, my coach Alex Bowden has told me to walk all the hills. So yeah, I had to walk that stretch because it really is quite an ugly hill, that. And when I turn the camera back on myself towards the top of that hill, you can really see how much elevation we gain in that hill. It's about, I'd say it's about 40 meters in that 600 meter stretch. So it's probably a good 150 foot as a guess, I'd say. So it was quite enough to slow you down anyway. But then it sort of levels out and steadily goes uphill. So I was thinking, this is where I toughened up slightly. And I was like, right, you've embarrassed yourself up the hill in front of everybody. You've been overtaken. All those people that you overtook down the hill, thinking you were, Johnny Ironbridge, have now overtaken you back. So well done on that. But now you are not walking another step. So I really slowed down to like an 8-minute mile, to like a 5-minute K, and just ran the last, I'd say, 7-8K, so 5 miles at that pace. Partly because that's all I could manage, and also partly because I didn't think it was worth running any faster, if that makes sense. Like, I didn't see the point in almost killing myself for my 13th fastest ever half marathon.
Yeah.
And it was one of them where I did want to enjoy it. I wanted to enjoy the chatty aspect of the run. There was quite a lot of people that were, really chatty, and there were nice things to look at. And, it was just a nice course. So I didn't want to ruin it for myself for that reason, really. So, a little bit disappointed when you add numbers into the game, but overall, just really glad I did it. And I would go as far as to say that was maybe my favourite ever half marathon, I think.
Oh, wow.
I love the Ironbridge. I really do like the actual town of Ironbridge. It's a really nice place. But just the whole, like, the organising of it, the relatively small element of the race, it only felt like a park run, to be honest. And just there were so many reasons to love it. It was difficult. And how many times have you done a really hard race that ends up becoming your favourite? Because, because of that reason, because it was really, really hard, and because it ends up being really memorable. So, yeah, I put it up there with, I think Worcester half is my favourite half. That's the race that I want to do every single year.
Yeah.
And I'd say it's probably second to that, I would say. But again, purely emotional. Worcester's my hometown, and it's the first race I ever did. But Ironbridge, I would definitely recommend it. And it wasn't that expensive. It was only 30-something quid, I think. And it was just, Telford Harriers seemed like a really good bunch. And what I liked about Telford Harriers is they all, as a club, they all volunteer. So all the volunteers are the running club, and it's just really, really good. And the marshals were great, and can't fault it at all. Absolutely cracking race. Very, very influenced by Marm and Andy Goldsby, and I'm bloody glad.
Yeah. I was going to say, did you see Goldie?
I did. He didn't have his guitar with him, unfortunately. And I think he said he had a very similar experience to me, where he was okay until the hill, and then he was like, I think he said he nearly collapsed over the finish line. I think he said he had an absolute stinker towards the end of it. And I was like, yes, I know how that feels. But that hill, getting back up to the finish, the one I mean?
I was going to say, because there's a nasty hill getting to the finish on at Telford 10K last year, but it carried on up the hill that you do at the start of Telford as well, doesn't it? So it's like double hill. Yeah.
And we didn't even get to run down that like we do at Telford 10K. We ran a route. We ran a different route. Yeah. So we didn't go. I don't think we did. I don't think we ran past the down the big downhill. But it was a cracking event. Really good. Really hard. If you're not 100% fit, then you'll probably have a tough day at the office. If you are fit, then you'll feel strong, because there's so many hard sections to overcome. But really, really good race. And one I will probably do again. Maybe not every year, but I would love to go back again and have another go.
Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Good fun.
Yeah, it looked like a really good day. You met a load of people as well, didn't you?
That's another thing about it. Everybody is like from the local area, apart from Mark Hurd, who, like me, was from an hour and a half away. And most people, it's like a real Midlands scene, if you know what I mean. And it was great. It was a really, really nice place. Really, really nice race in a nice place.
Good. So, next thing I've got written down.
Oh, quickly as well. We went camping afterwards in the van. First outing in the van.
Tell us about that.
Freezing. Absolutely freezing. So woke up in the morning, and luckily, because we'd left a little bit of ventilation, because we've done this before where we've like, had all the windows up, and it just becomes really stuffy because you're just surrounded by your own carbon dioxide all night. So we left a little, the window a little open, and it was freezing cold in the morning. We both slept like triple layered, and but yeah, apart from that, it was a pretty nice campsite we stayed on, very quiet, overlooking the river. And then we went to Shrewsbury in the morning for breakfast, which was cracking. Went to this really cool little restaurant called Seasons, but it's spelt in a little hipster way. It's called Sea and then Sons, like as in the opposite to daughters. And every season they have a different menu. So everything's locally sourced and all that. And I had these like fruity pancakes, and they were really, really nice. So yeah, definitely recommend going there. That was good. And then went home. So it was quite nice to. I think we paid about 12 quid for the campsite or something like that. It was really good value. So yeah,
nice,
good fun,
nice, wicked. Yeah. Well, what I was going to say next is to carry on from your mid-race little intersection. If you can do the
jingle. If it's going where I think it's going, then we're going to Shoes News.
Excellent. There we go. So I bought myself a new pair of Evo SLs, but I have gone for the woven rather than the standard. And I thought this colorway was particularly cool.
You call them your Ronald McDonald's, don't you?
They're my McDonald's colorway, but on the back, if you look at them, they then look like the Deadpool colorway.
They do. You look like Spider-Man as well. Yeah.
But then they've
pretty bold colours.
Got some blue in them as well, and on the logo. But I'm very impressed. I love the Evo SL. I've had a couple of pairs, so that's my third pair, and the upper is basically an Adios Pro 4 upper. It's like a race fit. It's the same material, really hugs your foot quite tightly compared to like the normal Evo SL, but they've still got the same response and everything. So you're not moving around so much in the shoe. You're more locked in. It's got a gusseted tongue as well, so the tongue doesn't move all over the place. And yeah, I'm really impressed with them. Really like them. I've run. I think I've done nearly 70 mile in them. I've only had them a week, so yeah, it's they're a good pair of shoes.
Oh, good. I'm on my fourth pair of Evo SLs. They're like a drug, aren't they? They're like an addiction. I don't think I've had any or many before where I've bought the same sort of iteration of a shoe, and yeah, I'm on my fourth pair now. But if these ATRs count, well, yeah, they do. They're still like Evo SLs, but they're so good, aren't they? They're just so reliable, hard wearing. You can get tons and tons of miles out of them.
Yeah,
and you can
my orange
wear them
pair.
as fashion shoes.
Yeah. Well, that's what I've done with my first pair, my black and red ones. They're now my daily walking around shoes, doing odd jobs. But my orange ones, I wore them last night actually, and they're up to about 430 mile now, and they've still got life in them. So yeah, they're great. They're such a good pair of shoes,
and they're just so versatile, aren't they? Because, like, for example, like if I go to like a club night and I don't quite know how I feel or fancy running, how fast I want to run, or I don't know what the session is, I just reach for the Evo SLs because I know I can run fairly quick in them, and they're not going to kill me the day after. They're not going to give me blisters or anything. So I really like my SLs.
Yeah. I mean, I wore my orange ones last night, and we just did an easy run, and they were perfect for that. And then on Sunday, just gone, I did my marathon session. So I ran 19 miles with all my marathon pacing, and I wore my wovens, and they were fantastic. So
lovely. Well, do you want to tell us a little bit about your training week then? About how? So, what week are you in London?
Okay, so I'm now in week 8 currently of 12.
Of 12, yeah.
So next week will be peak week.
Right.
So this week's been an interesting week. I did my classic. I went down to Parkrun on Saturday, and I said to you, I'm just going to go down to Parkrun, have an easy Parkrun again, probably just run marathon pace, so I can actually do my session well on the Sunday.
Yeah.
So I said to myself, go down to Parkrun, run 20 minutes, run home. What do you reckon I ran Parkrun in?
Well, I know. Because didn't you say like 20 minutes or,
yeah.
That's what.
Yeah, I was going to run marathon pace, 20 minutes. Yeah. And,
let me guess. You stood on the start line and you asked everyone what they were running.
No, that's not what happened. No.
Oh,
that's not what
okay.
happened.
Right.
I set off and didn't really look at my watch, what pace we were running, just set off and running with everyone. Got to the end of the first mile, and the first mile was 6:03.
Yeah,
and
that's
I was
too fast.
Yeah, it was way too fast.
Yeah.
And I just went, that feels pretty good, to be honest. So I kept it at that for the next mile, and then got carried away in the last mile and sped up and went a bit faster in the last mile.
You know what you should do, don't you?
What's that?
Don't leave it 6 minutes to check your watch.
Yeah.
So you can slow down a bit.
Yeah, but I then got to the final turn as well in the last 0.1 of a mile, and Kieran, a lad called Kieran, was just in front of me, and he was in the middle of a long run session, so he wasn't sprinting for the finish, but I just couldn't help myself, so I had to run. Yeah, run and chase him down and try and beat him at the finish. So, yeah. But so I ran 18:30 something for Parkrun, like a plonker. But it was all
Team
right.
Brett.
It was okay.
Hashtag Team Brett.
Yeah. But the best bit about it was I stood on the start line and Adam Hill said to me, he went, "What are you running today?" And I said, I'm just going to take it like easier today. I'm just going to run marathon pace. And he went, all right, 18:30. And I went, no, I'll run 20 minutes.
He knows. Adam knows. He knows. He can read you like a book. And not a very good one.
Basically. And then I did some miles, did a couple of laps with Adam afterwards around the lake, and then ran home. And then on the Sunday was my big marathon session. So I wanted to try and put some marathon pacing because I haven't for the last few weeks, because obviously I've been trying to build back up after having those niggles and building the mileage back up. So I had in my head I was going to do 2 miles up and then 4 times 3 miles at marathon pace off a mile float, and then 2 miles down. So 19 miles in total, but with 4 blocks of 3 miles at target marathon pace. And it went really well. I tried bicarb for the first time. So I tried some of the carbs I bought at the running show. It's a strange old consistency to get down. But
does it feel like you want to just be sick?
It's like eating snot, basically.
Oh, lovely stuff.
Yeah, but you don't chew it. What colour? Like snot colour. It's like see-through, clear goop.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So I tried that, but I didn't have it. I didn't poo myself, so all is good.
Win-win.
Yeah, but I wanted to test it out before, like in a training session, before trying it out on any races or anything. So pleased with that. But I ran all of my marathon pace miles too fast, but I was really happy with how consistent I was in them, to be honest. My target marathon pace is 6:26 a mile. And the slowest mile I ran in my blocks of 3 miles was 6:20. So I was really pleased. I did a different route to what I normally do on a Sunday. I ran down to the lake instead and did a loop, which was about 4 miles, the loop. And it's basically a lap of Parkrun, but instead of going where you turn right at the bottom of the lake to go back down the back of the lake, I turned left and went down to Ipsley and then ran up Ipsley Hill to the church and then down round the Ipsley Fields where we do cross country, and then back on myself. And the loop ended up being about 4 miles, so it was perfect. So I could do my effort and my float mile, and then go again. But yeah, for me, 3 mile blocks. I did the first block. I did 6:20, 6:17, 6:11. Second block, I did 6:18, 6:17, 6:14. Third block, I did 6:20, 6:16, 6:13. And then the last block, I did 6:20, 6:17, 6:19. So really pleased with that. So I ended up with 19 miles in 2 hours, 4 minutes, 21 seconds, and 6:32 a mile average. So
6:30 pace a mile.
Yeah,
that's
for the 19 miles.
Well under sub 3 pace, isn't it? That's that's 250 pace, isn't it? No, can't be.
No,
253.
Not quite. Like it's probably the same pace as I ran London last year. That is.
Yeah, so it's like PB pace, and that's promising, isn't it?
So yeah,
and how did you
very pleased.
And how did you feel the day after?
Stiff.
Did you get in the ice bath?
I did when I got home on Sunday. Definitely, yeah. I've been doing that every time. Every run I've done recently, I've got in the ice bath afterwards, and it seems to be working really well, to be honest. But felt stiff and everything. But on Monday, I went out for my recovery along the country lanes, and I put on Strava. I put this was a run of 2 halves, and the first half I felt great. I don't know why, but my body just seemed to be responding really well. I was running easily and it just felt great. And then at about 6 mile, it was like a sniper took me out and shot me in the knee, and my knee just stopped working properly, and I had to stop and stretch and massage it. Then got going again, and then a couple of miles later I had to stop again. And it was a bit stop-starty then towards the end to try and get through it because my knee just didn't want to work. But ended up running 10 and a half mile. And then I did a load of foam rolling and some massage gun on all of my legs and everything. And I managed to get out in the evening to do another 4.5 mile. So that was good. And the knee felt better. Didn't feel 100%, but felt better. Then Tuesday, finished work, got me a kit and shoes on, and got out the door early compared to normal. And I ended up running about 6 mile down to session.
Yeah.
And then joined everybody for the warm-up. So that was another couple of mile. And then they were doing a track session. So I decided to do an alternative session with Lisa, Darren, and Rich, who were all going to do a marathon session. So we went down to Holloway Drive, and the idea was to do 20 minutes at marathon pace off 3 minutes, 16 minutes at marathon pace off 3 minutes. And then I think they were then doing 12 minutes at half marathon pace off 3 minutes. And then 8 minutes at threshold pace of 3 minutes, and then 4 minutes faster. And I was like, I got to the end of the 16 minutes and I went, I can't do anymore. I've never felt that beat up and just horrendous for a long time. My
legs, lungs, everything.
No, aerobically I felt fine, and the effort wasn't hard, but I ran the 20 minutes and the 16 minutes at just under 3 hour marathon pace. But I got to the end of the 16 minutes and my quad, my knee, my calf on the left, it just they just felt like they were about to fall off. I felt broken. So I had to stop for a few minutes. Rich then caught us up, and I jogged it back with Rich back to the gym. And I felt absolutely awful when I got to the gym, and I was like, right, I'm just going to go and spin the legs on the cross trainer and the bike just so I can get a bit of life back into them. So I did 15 minutes on cross trainer and the bike, then did my ski erg, and then did all my S&C, whilst I was doing my S&C, my legs started to come back to life a little bit. So I think doing like the resistance and strength training started to loosen up my legs a bit more. So when I left the gym, I started running towards home, and I was like, I don't know what's happened here, but I feel quite
Fixed.
good. Yeah, it was like I'd been fixed, and I managed to run 3.25 mile home, so basically just over 5k home. And I was like, okay, this is bizarre. I haven't felt that bad for ages, and then a bit of S&C and some cross training, and I said it's a bit like voodoo. I don't understand what's happened, but I then managed to have a rest day on Wednesday, which was lovely, because I didn't have to do anything. And then Thursday, so yesterday, I got out in the afternoon to do my canal run like I normally do, and I went a bit further out along the canal and back. So I ended up doing 11 mile in the afternoon, and then ran down to session. But it was a nice, easy run, ready for the relays on the weekend. So I did another 9 mile, and then did my cross trainer, bike and ski erg and all my S&C, and then did another 3.25 mile home again. So I did just over 23 mile on Thursday, and I am now currently for the week on 58.7 mile so far for the week.
Yeah.
So I'm looking hopefully to hit about 90 mile at the end of this week. So yeah, and then we go into peak week where hopefully I can push you a bit more. But
you're going to try and hit the holy grail of 100 miles, or is that too much?
I'm going to try and hit 100 mile, mainly because it's half term next week, so I can actually spread my runs out a little bit more.
Yes. Yeah.
Like morning and evening, rather than trying to do on a Tuesday everything on a Tuesday evening. So yeah. So yeah, it's going well. Legs feel battered, but they're going to, because I've done a lot of effort and a lot of miles. So yeah, we shall see how they feel tomorrow.
Man, I miss marathon.
Be interesting.
I miss marathon training so much. Like, I'm just so far out of the groove. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, I did an easy. By the way, I'm so out of whack with Strava. I did my run last night. I haven't even. It just says evening run. I haven't even been on it. Yeah, like I'm getting back up, but like last week I did 50k. So I'm trying to like build it back
wicked.
up.
Yeah,
you know what I
mean? Your graph's going in the right direction. So,
but I'm just missing marathon track. I never thought I'd hear myself say that, but I love. I sound quite Kevin Keegan there with my headphones on. Love it if we beat them. Marathon training, like I've started feeling less sorry for myself this week, and it helps because the sun comes up a bit earlier, and I've gotten out for a few early runs this week and stuff. And I'm just really ready to start getting back into training now, and because I've got this half marathon on the horizon, like I've got Birmingham in a few months. And I'm going to treat it as if it were a marathon. So I'm just going to do pretty much exactly the same for marathon training. Nothing half marathon specific. Just try and work on that threshold, get the nice long Sunday long runs in there, and then just hope for the best on that Sunday.
Do you know what's brilliant as well? Sunday, clocks move, so we'll get longer in the light in the evening.
Yes, which means it'll be that's amazing. Actually, that's right, because next Tuesday we're training on the grass again for the summer season. So if any of you watched my YouTube videos last year, like when I was training for, I think it was Leeds and other things, for on a Tuesday we would do a grass session instead of a track session or instead of a road session. And running on the grass is so much fun. It's all effort based. Well, it's not all effort based, because sometimes it's good to know how fast you're literally running.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't be disheartened when you realize you can't hit 5, 10K or half marathon pace because you're running on the grass, because it does slow you down. But it's so much easier on your joints, isn't it, running on the grass? Looking forward to doing, basically, it's the first day of summer next Tuesday. So That's awesome.
It's ace. Do clocks go forward? They do, don't they?
Yeah, you lose an hour in bed on Sunday. So if you've got anywhere to be Sunday morning, just remember that.
Yeah.
You'll wake up at 9, and in reality, it'll be 10 o'clock.
Yeah. Yeah. But just another thing on training. Strava, after this last week, finally has faith in me, and my predictions have now changed. So for the marathon,
2:49:58.
So Strava now has faith in me that I can do it.
It's happening this year. It's happening.
So but Koros is still on drugs. I swear.
2:12.
says 2:38. 2:38:44 for the marathon on Koros. So that's on drugs. So we'll go off the Strava one instead. But
shall we chat about tomorrow?
Yes, I was going to say that is the next thing. So you have had the call up, which is great. Yeah,
mine isn't quite as official as yours, but because I'm in the B team, Worcester it's Midlands Road Relays tomorrow. So it's my first ever time doing it. I've heard countless people say that it's like someone at Worcester said like it's their favourite running event.
Yeah,
I heard Leggett Lee say it's his favourite running event.
Do you know how good the atmosphere is at cross country? Because it's like that club camaraderie, and the atmosphere is just buzzing. Imagine that, but even bigger.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. And we are. Well, I'm running somewhere I've never ran before, round Sutton Park, which apparently is infamous because it's not your average normal park. When I think of a park, I just think of Pitchcroft, where it's just dead flat tarmac. But it's very different, isn't it, Sutton? It's really hilly, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, there's two main hills on the course. One's about 800 meters in. So you set off. So you set off and you go downhill.
Okay,
and you
that's
turn
dangerous.
left. You turn left and do like a bit of a twisty bit that's flat.
Yeah.
And then you come out of that and turn left, and it goes uphill.
Right.
And I was talking about this last night actually at club, and when I first did it, people were like, make sure you save some for the hill because that really takes it out of you.
After 800 meters.
Yeah. So
make sure you save something.
They were like, don't go out too fast because you need like that hill will do you. So I went off conservatively the first time I did it, ran up that hill, got to the top of it and went out on the back. And then the back straight is like more or less flat. And I was like, oh, that was the hill that everybody was talking about. And don't get me wrong, it's a hill. It is a slog up there. Yeah. But they were making out like it was like a 50% gradient or whatever, like really, really steep. But it's not. It's a hill, and it's about, I'd say, about 400 meters long. It's a decent hill, but it's nowhere near as bad as people make out it to be.
So can we recce it, or are you not allowed anywhere near the course as a club runner?
Yeah, no, you can run round the course. As long as you're not displaying your number, you can warm up around the course. You can jog around it, and you can go and see the course and everything. Even when the races are happening, you can jog around it to cheer on your fellow club runners.
So if it's a circuit then, and it starts downhill, does that mean the end is uphill?
That's to get to the finish. I was going to say. So the other hill is, so you go out then along the back of the park where it's a real long straight, which goes on for ages. It's like it goes on forever. Then you get to the, you turn around a cone and come back along it a bit, and then turn left where the ice cream van is, and you go down into like a wooded bit. And the wooded bit's a little bit undulating, but you come out of the wooded bit and it's a bit downhill. And you turn a sharp 90-degree right and then it's all uphill to the finish. So the last finish, like sprint, which is about 200-300 meters, is all uphill to the finish.
Right. Ooh, okay. I shall remember that then. Okay. Interesting. Well, so for anyone that doesn't know what we're on about, this is a club only event.
Yeah.
And it's the Midlands athletics clubs and running clubs that will be attending, and the top, and it's like an Ekiden, isn't it? It's a relay, so it's 5.5k, 3 miles, one circuit, or is 2 laps?
No, it's 1 lap.
1 lap, and you're only allowed 1 runner per relay, if you know what I mean. So it's 12 stage road relays, isn't it?
12 runners on a team. Yeah.
And I'm in the B team, and it looks like we might not have enough runners, which is slightly gutting, but I just hope that we still get the chance to run.
Oh yeah, you will. Yeah, and you'll still get an official time and everything. So
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But I was put down to run 3rd leg, so whether that's still happening or not, I don't know. But I was just happy to avoid being first or last leg. Your story, however, slightly different.
Yeah. So originally I was put on last leg for the B team. So in my head, I was like, right, B team, so the pressure isn't on too much. I'm running the last leg so I can have a really nice, relaxing day, just jogging around the course, cheering everybody on, and then get ready and have a steadier run out with the last leg. Because normally they have a mass start for the 12th leg. So there's a certain time cut off. And if your team hasn't got all of your runners, first 11 runners in by this time, no matter where they are on the course, they set all of the 12th leg runners off at the same time.
Okay.
So it's like a mass start. So I was thinking, I'll be in the mass start. It'll be nice. I'll be running with people. It'll be nice. Then last week, a couple of people had to drop out. So we got people put in different places, and I got shifted round to first leg on the B team. So I was like, oh man. So I'm going to be going out with all of the elites and all of the really fast guys. So therefore the pressure's on a little bit more to run decently, because it's first leg for the B team.
Because if you're on legs 2 to 11, you can almost not the pressure's not off, but you can almost hide amongst everybody else.
Because it spreads out, and you don't really know who you're racing against. But like obviously on that first one, when you're all set off together, you're in the mix of it.
The pressure legs are the first and the last leg. Yeah. Definitely.
So I thought, okay, that it's a bit more pressure, but I can still go a bit easier. The pressure's not on to run really well.
Yeah.
We've had a couple of people drop out, and someone from the first A team has dropped out. So I've been now promoted to the A team, but I am 12th man. So I am the anchor leg for the A team. So now the pressure is on to run really well. So should be interesting.
Ouch. So how are you going to run it? Do you even know? Just as fast and hard as you can?
Yeah. I think that's what I'm going to have to do, isn't it? As fast as the legs will take me, because, I mean, they are tired. They are sore. They are achy at the moment. I've got niggles. My knees aren't working properly. My calf and my Achilles isn't great. But they ain't going to stop me. I'm still going to go out hard and see what happens.
So your 5K PB 17:15, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's your relay sort of PB then? Do you know what the fastest?
Good question.
So just to let me know what sort of day at the office I can expect.
I don't know. Relays. I don't know if I've ever broke 20 minutes. Oh no. Yeah, I have.
Well, that's concerning.
No, I have. Sutton Minton Counties relays. No. Okay. So in the 12 stage, I have broken 20 minutes, but the course was a bit shorter, it looks like.
Okay.
So on the 12 stage, it didn't have the out and back bit where you go around the cone, whereas on the 6 stage, it does.
Okay.
So it depends what course it is. If it's the same as the 6 stage was when I did it, it will be 3.6 mile. And the fastest I've run that is 20 minutes 50 seconds. So that was an average of 5:54 a mile. It's 5:44 a mile. Sorry, 5:44 a mile.
And what was the length of the lap? The length of the leg?
3.63 mile.
Crikey. Okay. So I'll be lucky to do it in 22 tomorrow, maybe 23. Okay.
Yeah. Whereas the 12 stage that I did back in 2023, it was only 3.09 miles, so it was 5K.
Right. So it's a different course, different.
So yeah, I think it is the longer one. So yeah.
Well, I'm desperately looking at parkrun because I'm just looking on. There is a Sutton Park parkrun.
Yeah.
It says here it's 1 lap, no toilets, mixed terrain, undulating, dog friendly, buggy, pram friendly. And let's have a look. I'm trying to click on the results, but I can't open them. It says the records for the men is 15:48, for the women 17:34. So it's, they've had no problems.
Yeah.
But I'd love to see what like the average parkrun time is. I just can't seem to get on. I was going to have to go on the desktop.
You will be amazed though how quick the front runners are running round that course.
Well, aren't they going to be like elites running next to you?
Yeah, it's crazy.
What, like Johnny Mellor come past me at one point, or whoever's if they're from a Midlands club.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's that guy that you always say turns up to cross country with a interesting name? It's like a young lad, 21, 22. University of Birmingham, maybe?
Yes.
I can't think of the guy's name. It's going to kill you now, isn't it? Yeah, that's it.
Barnicoat.
Barnicoat,
yeah.
Will he be there?
Yeah, he might be, but I don't think he runs for Birmingham anymore because he's not at the university.
Yeah.
And who's the other lad that run for Birmingham as well? Toma Tarragano. He's now over in America.
Right.
So, but yeah, some of the very fast boys from the England clubs in the Midlands will be running it. And then the way it works, so for people who don't know, the top 20 teams from the Midlands, the top 20 teams from the North, and the top 20 teams from the South will all then race again in 2 weeks' time at the Nationals. And it will be again at Sutton Park, but it will be the 60 top teams from the North, Mids, and South all together to do the Nationals.
That sounds like a good event. That sounds good. Well, I've just looked on, I've got the results here. So, top 3, Liam Harold won it last week in 17:23. Ariane, can't pronounce his second name, Sutton Coldfield AC, 17:43. And then Charlie Smith, Birchfield Harriers, 18:01. So it looks like, there were 16 people under 20 minutes last week. And there were a good 600 people doing it. So it must be a fairly slow course. So we'll have to go and try it, the actual park.
Yeah.
I get the fear, and that's what makes me laugh about the Telford 10K and Ironbridge and all that, because Telford Parkrun finishes up that hill, I think.
Yeah.
The one that I had to finish up last week. And it's like, you're doing so well up until that one that I wasn't. But like you could be doing so well, but then that hill is such a stinger. It's like, it is quite steep.
Yeah. But, especially at 5K pace.
Oh God, that must be disgraceful. That feeling. But yeah, looking forward to tomorrow. I'm going to wear
Yes.
what you're going to wear. I'm going to wear me Pro 4s. I am.
That's exactly the question I was about to ask you. What are you going to run in? Because I am torn between the classic 5K shoe I always used to wear of my Takumis.
Yeah.
Or do I wear the Pro 4s and try them out for a 5K? Because that's what I wore at Telford for the 10K.
Well, I've got 3 out of 4 of my PBs in the Pro 4s, so they would be my, including 5K. So I don't know. I'm tempted to go for one of my older shoes, maybe, because I just don't know how I'm going to race tomorrow. So the one I'm potentially considering is my Vaporfly, because I can run. I quite like running 5K pace in them, but yeah, I'll probably wear my Pro 4s.
Yeah, I think I might go Pro 4s and try them out. Yeah,
just because they give you so much, pushback, don't they? They give you so much back, and once you get into your stride, it just does start to feel slightly easier.
Yeah,
and it sounds like we're going to need all the help we can get tomorrow.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, is any of it off road, or is it all tarmac like Arrow Valley?
No, it's all road. That's why it's called the road relays.
Road relays, yeah. Park relays, yeah. Cool.
But yeah,
excellent.
Yeah. So before we move on to some comments and emails, just quickly, one thing I just want to mention is something I've seen on Instagram, and I am sick of seeing now, because it seems like it's targeting me constantly, and I just see it all the time, and I just want to write a sarky comment back on everybody who makes a reel or a post about this. And it is
AI, something to do with AI.
No, it's not. It is people going, I don't care what you say, 5 minutes a K is not your easy pace. yeah, it is. It is. That's my easy pace, mate.
What people are saying that?
Just in general, I feel like it's targeted at me. But
okay.
In general, it's this big thing of everybody needs to slow down. You're running your easy runs too fast, and just it's all relative. It all depends on your race pace. It all depends on how much mileage you do. It all depends on how long you've been a runner, and there's loads of people who go, yeah, look at this Kenyan. They're a 2:06 marathoner, and listen to what they say for their easy pace. And they interview them and go, what do you run your easy runs at? 5 minutes a K. And they're like, yeah. So if a Kenyan who's running 2:06 for a marathon is running 8 minutes a mile, that's not your easy pace. And I'm like, but also they're at altitude. So their easy pace is going to be a lot slower than it would be if they were at sea level. So you've got to factor that in. And
there's no way someone who's running
slower.
A 2:06 marathon is not going to be running 8-minute miles, are they?
Well,
on their easy days, surely.
Well,
even if they're in Kenya or not.
This is the thing. Some of the Kenyans, they run 8-minute miles for their easy pace because they really do plod along, and then. But the difference is their easy runs are basically recovery, because when they do their sessions, it's all at race pace and they are absolutely flogging themselves. So they need to run that slow to recover, because if they didn't, they'd absolutely destroy their body. Whereas if you're not doing the same sessions as an elite marathon runner, then you can run your easy runs a bit faster.
Yeah. And what's that?
Go on.
All I was gonna say was that, have you seen that Instagram post or account of that guy who looks like a Kenyan coach, and he's always got about 15 guys around him on the side of the road, and he's reading out the session, and it's like, for 25K, 3 minutes a K. Then for the next 5 minutes, it's 10K pace, and then it's like this disgustingly hard session, and it just says, okay, any questions? Go. Yeah. But no, the whole easy thing is so subjective because it's
Yeah.
all to do with the individual.
Exactly, and that's what's annoying me. I can see
There
what they're
is no
doing.
formula.
They're doing it for this mass of runners who are new to running,
Yeah.
who watch loads of influencers,
Yeah.
and all the influencers going, I'm going out on my easy run, and they're running 7:30s or 7 minutes a mile, and new people to running are looking at that and going, oh well, if they're running that pace, then my easy run should be that fast. No, they shouldn't. Your easy runs should be easy relative to you and your pace.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
I mean, if I go out and run 8 minutes a mile, my heart rate will be in the 120s, 130s if I'm
Yeah.
on a flat road. I would say that's easy
Yeah.
because 120s, 130s, that's like zone 1, zone 2 heart rate.
Yeah.
So that's easy for me. But for other people, that's not going to be easy. For other people, that's going to be far too slow for easy. So they'll go out and run 7 minutes a mile and be in the 110s and
Yeah.
stuff. So it's all relative to how, to your race pace, how many miles you do,
Yeah.
how long you've been running. It's very, very different for everybody. So your easy pace is what's easy to you.
And you've been doing this for years now. You know what your body can handle, what it craves. You just know
your
limits, don't you?
Yeah. And if you run too slow, your form changes and it's actually worse for you.
Yeah.
So yeah. It seems to be that every other post on Instagram at the moment is someone telling me that my well, they're not telling me that because it's just to the general public, but telling you that
preaching.
your slow runs are too fast. But there we go.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my rant over.
Right.
Shall we go on to some comments? So
yes,
there was that big comment from last week, and I did have a read of it, and it's from someone called Danny, and I had a quick look at their profile, and they are a big gamer, and they play a lot of Nintendo based games, but a lot of Mario Kart. And their profile picture is Princess Peach from Mario Kart. And it seems that they've been listening all the way through our pods from the start.
Brilliant.
Whilst they've been playing. And they've been commenting quite a lot, which is really great. So thank you, Danny, for commenting and interacting. But they commented on episode 56. So like halfway through our back catalogue. And they said, I wanted to briefly touch on this topic before I continue listening. It's something I relate to. The discussion of what to do when you feel like you've plateaued.
Right.
So I don't know if you remember when we were talking about this, maybe a year or so ago. They say Mario Kart time trials aren't as physically enduring, but there eventually became a point where I felt I couldn't hold up the time trial energy. It felt I could never set any more personal fastest times and like I never stood a chance at competing for the fastest times ever. It felt like, I don't know, maybe I don't have the potential at all. But even on the personal scale, it got to a point where it felt like I'd never get anything from chasing a time trial. I felt a similar thing towards the versus rating system that the game has, which I would say is similar to tennis seeds or ranks in general. Since then, I think what Andy says about making peace with the reality summarizes the feeling I have. There are other subject areas within Mario Kart that I am drawn to, and I've chased those instead. I still find a sense of satisfaction from completing time trials as well, and I return to them occasionally. In recent times, an alternative to chasing PBs I have looked into is chasing a larger collection of times. So, in other words, I could compete in one race in 2:23.8, and then on the same course again in 2:24.5. And how many other times can I collect and add to my collection? It feels like within any discipline, there can be a lot of branches to explore. Brett talking about moving on to longer distances after his peak in racing for fast times is an example. So that's a really interesting way to look at it, that it's not just in running that you can plateau and then try and find different ways of finding that why and finding that reason for running. It's in other areas as well, and they've found it within their playing of their games, which is really interesting and quite cool, actually. But then they've then commented on our Telford 10K video from 2024. If you remember that one, when I went and raced.
Oh yeah, when I filmed you. Yeah.
Yes. So our bonus episode, and Danny said, my favourite part was seeing everyone say hello to each other, especially the people I often hear about on the pod. All the friends are here together.
Oh,
which is awesome. So yeah, cheers, Danny. Thank you for that. That's ace.
Nice one, Danny. That's awesome.
And then we've got some comments from last episode. First one's from Mark Hurdy-Gurdy. And he says, thanks, lads, for the shout out on my 9.6K PB at the Derby 10K. Proud to set a 9.6K race PB, but really struggling to find another 9.6K race to beat it.
Just do Derby next year again.
So that's awesome. Next one's from Matt Southam, and you're going to have to help me with this one because it says he's put new podcast inbound, Roxing the Red Line.
Roxing.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what that's from. I have no clue because I can't even remember what I was talking about yesterday, let alone what we talked about in last week's pod. So, Matt,
to do with, have we mentioned someone called?
Oh, High Roxin.
Oh yes. Oh, of course. Yes.
Incredible. There we go. Rocks in the red line, not running the red line. We're rocks in the red line. Sorry, Matt.
Yeah.
I had a brain fart there completely.
New merch on
Matt,
the way.
That's fantastic. That is genius. Love it. Rocks in the red line.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm glad I worked that out.
Yeah.
Then next one is from Doughty 1976, and they say, you have to do a high rocks now that you've said it. It's the rules.
Oh God, are we gonna have to do one?
Oh yeah, we might have to, mightn't we? But last one is from Lee Chesterton, and it says, "Hi guys, a question for Andy." So this is for you and you alone.
Oh God.
So, would you rather run and film a sub-3, a 2:59 marathon, or run a 2:52 marathon, beating Brett's marathon PB, and not film it? You've gone quiet. It's a toughie, isn't it?
That is tough. I can't even think that because I'm not that me being faster than you has never even entered my thoughts until 10 seconds ago. And now I quite like the thought of it.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
No, I couldn't. I love the idea of doing these races with my camera. Yes, obviously the channel has become a bit of a light entertainment sort of thing because I've got, a load of different videos on there and stuff, and it's become a bit of a channel. But I do it for myself mainly, and there is nothing better than looking back on your achievements from years gone by. And I've done that recently. I've looked at my old Brighton marathon, and I'm now an hour and a bit faster than that. And there's nothing better than filming. There are better things, of course, but for me, I love that feeling of achieving something huge within running and documenting it on the camera and having it there. So yeah, 2:59.59 with the camera would be my answer.
Nice. Awesome. And that was the last comment. So thank you very much, guys, for that.
But I am coming for you, Elsmore.
I know you are. I know. It's
One
going to
day.
happen. It's going to happen eventually. It's going to happen.
Right. So we'll move on to emails. Whether we'll get through them or not, I don't know, but I'll do my best. So this one here is from Dan Hunt, who's written in a couple of times. He says, "Hi, lads. I'm currently in marathon training, and the last few long runs had stomach issues. And I think it could be from gels. So I'm going to try the Voom bars that you two have talked about. I just wanted to know how often you two take them. Is it a square every 20 minutes or do you do it another way? The only concern I have is how long they take to melt, especially when your mouth is getting dry deep into the marathon. Keep up the good work, lads. Brett, good luck, Brett. Hope London goes well for you despite your issues that you're having again. But you've done it once with a broken leg. So you'll be fine. Cheers, lads. Dan.
Yeah, cheers, Dan. So my strategy with the Voom bars is I take 2 blocks, so half a bar every 3 miles. So it's like about every 20 minutes. And I think half a bar is 22 grams of carbs. So if I'm taking 2 blocks every 20 minutes, what's that? 66 grams per hour, which is probably on the low side, to be honest. I should possibly push that up a bit more. But that seems to work quite well.
I just think it's like a mental thing as well. It's like if you're regularly fueling, it just feels like something's going in. It feels like you're not really counting the grams of carbs. You're just thinking, right, if I'm moving at a consistent pace, it feels like, you're constantly putting fuel in the engine. And for me, I'm very, very similar. I like to do it in distance rather than time, which is maybe dangerous and maybe a little bit, on the shouldn't really do that side. But I just like to do one every 5K. And what I would do is yes, it does get harder the longer the marathon goes on, because obviously you get more of a dry mouth. But what I would do is time it with a water station. So if I know you see that sign that says water station approaching, get them in your gob, start chewing them away, swallow as much as you can of it, and leave. Sometimes you have to do this. You have to get the old hamster cheeks going, because you're chewing, you're wasting energy if you're chewing. So just try and break it down with the saliva, I guess, and then wash it down with some water. But don't swallow it whole. You got to try and chew it a little bit to get some of the goodness out of it. That's what I did. So every 5K worked for me in Seville. I took with me 8, let's just call 2 blocks a gel. I took 8 with me, and I pre-broke them up into like a letterbox shape within a freezer bag. And they were all piled up like 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 blocks, like dominoes, essentially. And I had a Domino's the other day. I'm not in marathon training, and it was brilliant. And sorry, that's the OCD in me coming out, the ADHD. And I'm just thinking about my pepperoni passion. It really was good. I thought it was a Pizza Hut fan. I thought it was converted until the Domino's we had last week, and it was really, really good.
No.
I know the two for the pepperoni passion was really quite good. Anyway, so I tell you what I did do, which could have been the game changer for me. I don't know, but my first gel and the one I had at 25K were caffeine gels. So everything else was a lemon and lime bar. So, there were 2 flavors in total, and I had 1 caffeine gel. 2. So one at 5K was the first one of the day, and then, one just after the 25K. So I think it was worked out of my first and my 5th or something like that. But I only came back with 1 gel. So I had 7 out of 8. So I didn't have 4. I think I had 1 square because I couldn't manage it. So I think I had half a gel at 40K. And that's one thing I would say is when you're starting to lose your mind towards the end of a marathon, don't forget to fuel. Because when you're at 40K or 25 miles, you are still not home and dry yet. You've still got a long way to go. You've still got 9 or 10 minutes to go. So that shot of caffeine or that gel could be the difference in getting you over the line.
Yeah, I will say though, take your caffeine gels in the first half of the marathon, because caffeine takes about 45 minutes to actually kick in properly. So you don't want to be taking a caffeine gel in the last 5K when the caffeine's not actually going to help at all. So if you're going to take your caffeine gels, take it in the first half of the marathon. So the chewing is actually good as well, because when you're chewing the bars, some of it's going into your gums as well, and so you're getting a faster intake of the sugar and the energy than a gel that would go straight down into your stomach and then distribute. You're actually getting a hit through your gums, so it can work a bit quicker. So
what I did at 35K was I'd pre-ground up a gel and I'd rolled up a £20 note and I stopped on the side of the road and I just snorted it. So I just snorted my last gel. So that seemed to do the trick. Yeah. But good luck. Good luck, Dan. Let us know how you're getting on. And whilst you've mentioned Voom, and like you did earlier with Bicarb, Voom, I think, have just released their version of Bicarb. Did you know that?
They have. Yes. Yeah. I talked to them about it at the running show. But have you seen how it works?
No, I've seen
they're little capsules. So like a little
paracetamol.
Yeah,
I'm just looking at it now. Yeah,
like the ones that are like a plastic capsule, and then it's got stuff inside it. So Like with the Maurten and the Flycarb, their distribution system to get it through into your stomach without reacting is that carb, like goo, that paste, so that the bicarb will go down and then start to work when it's actually in your stomach. Rather than reacting on the way down. Voom's version of that is to put them into those capsules. So when you swallow it, it goes down as a capsule and then releases in your stomach when the capsule breaks down.
Yeah.
But let me just check so I get my information correct.
So that's designed for mid-exercise, basically.
No. So they're you can use them mid-exercise. So if you were doing an ultra, but they're designed to do the same as the Maurten and the Flycarb, that you take it a couple of hours before your race, or if it's a marathon, a bit closer, but you take it a couple of hours before. So when it kicks in, you're actually in the race.
Yeah.
But let me just find it to make sure I'm not saying silly things. All right, it's just loading. Yes. So they come in 1 gram capsules, right?
Yeah.
So there's 1 gram of bicarb in each capsule. And it says there is 240 capsules in a pack. Right?
Yeah.
And that is 10 servings.
Oh.
So based on
24.
Based on 0.3 grams per kilogram of body weight, for someone who is 80 kilograms, you would need 24 capsules.
In how long?
Like as you would take your Flycarb.
Per serving?
Yes. So you'd have to swallow 24 capsules to get the same serving as a...
Bloody hell. It's going to feel like you're at a rave in the 90s.
Yeah. So somebody at my weight would probably have about 20 capsules. So instead of having 4 spoonfuls of goop, I'd have to swallow 20 capsules, which is crazy.
That's madness. Why don't they just create a higher concentration of...
I don't know.
Tablet. Okay. Isn't it easier just to like pull the capsule apart and just make your own goo? Just make your own.
Well, no,
add a bit of
because you
water
need
or
that
something.
you need the carb goo as the transport. So fly carb is 2 parts because you've got the carb mixture that you mix with water and it makes the goop, and then you mix the bicarb into that goop. But you need that goop to transport the bicarb.
Okay. Well, that's not going to be very popular, surely, the way they've done that.
Don't know. We shall see.
24 capsules.
Yeah.
Before parkrun. Imagine that. That's ridiculous. Right. Okay. Well, that's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, well, let's move on to the next one. This next one is someone called Adam Raybold, who I bumped into last week at Ironbridge. And he says, "Hi, both. Long-time listener here. Weekly dose of nostalgia and occasional running chat is the perfect accompaniment for those training miles, not forgetting the recent addition of the film review segment, rounding everything off. Never change. I thought I'd drop you a note off the back of the Ironbridge half. What an incredible race it is. It lived up to the hype and then some. Perfect conditions, beautiful scenery, and superbly organised. Not even that hill can detract from the experience of crossing the bridge. Supporters lined on both sides, cheering you across, and seeing the family on either side. On the other side, emotional to say the least. I ended up with the mother of all positive splits, but somehow a new PB. It turns out the threat of those who I eagerly sent it past on the downhill in the first half, passing you in the final miles is more than enough motivation to keep the legs moving. Shoes news. Evo SL ATRs were near perfect for me on that route, other than being a little warm with the winter upper. Thanks to Andy for the chat and the words of encouragement around 5K. He sent it past me, by the way. It was great. It was great to see you out on the course. It had been a pleasure to watch and listen along to both of you and to follow the progress, especially for someone with hopefully a similar running trajectory to Andy, albeit a year or so behind. Go well, gents. Keep doing what you're doing and maybe see you at another race soon." Well, Adam smashed me last week. He came flying past me and I thought I was going some down the hill and he overtook me. So he was probably going sub 90 pace in the first 5K. And then obviously I didn't see him again. So I don't know what he ended up with, but he obviously beat 140. He probably came away with about 135 maybe. And I remember him telling me he's recently done a 10K and I think he said about 42 minutes. So at the speed he was doing, he can't have been far from his 10K PB going down that hill. Yeah. So yeah, but no, he was in fine form. We had a brief little chat and then he cracked on. So yeah, good to see you, Ad, and very well done for last week, and thanks for writing in. Can I just leave this one for next week? I'm going to read this one quickly. We've had an email from someone called Second Stride, but we'll read that out next week. But this one I'm going to just go for is Kaylee. Now she's called it Shoes News and Other Banter. So we're ending the comments and emails with this. Hi both. It's been a while, so I thought I'd send an email. I'll try to keep it short. I just wanted to say how much I've been enjoying the pod lately. Congrats on the 100th episode. The 90s episodes were everything that I could have ever hoped for, taking me right back to a time when all I wanted was to grow up to be Baby Spice and marry Lee from 911. Sorry, Chris. Back to now. Andy, congrats on Seville. The video is epic, and we both love watching your progression over the last few years. Brett, massive good luck again for London. We're rooting for you, and we know that you'll smash it. I also enjoyed my little shout out for cross country. I do believe it's the purest form of running. Nationals handed me my backside on a plate, but I wouldn't have had it any other way. A glorious sport. I love this bit. And no big earphones and hydration vests in sight. What a legend. It's proper old school, and I'll continue to champion it like the lunatic that I am. On to shoes news. After not really getting on with my Superblast 2s for a while, I recently bought the 3s and I love them. I don't like a firm shoe, and these are everything that you love about the trainers, but a bit of a squishier ride. I've been long running in my Evo SLs, although I love them. I find the longer I go, they're probably not the most supportive choice. But now I have the threes, I know that they'll do the business for me. A great shoe, worth every penny.
Nice.
Thanks as always for a brilliant podcast. Still a firm fave in the Pickers Gill household. Hope to catch up with you both soon, somewhere in 2026. Sorry the email ended up being a long one. All the best with your running, and in my best Sunderland accent, keep on running, man. Keep on running.
Cheers, Kaylee.
Yeah,
that's
nice one, Kate. And I love that. I love how much she loves cross country. Yeah, she must be the only person in the country that's sad to see winter come to an end.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
But
yeah, amazing. Before we go on to the last little thing of the pod, can I just say you've missed out a email, which we got from your friend over in is it Welland?
Yes. Oh, I started reading this. Yeah, this for some reason, I think because it was sort of aggressive in nature and a bit threatening. That's why it went into our spam and it was held. And we've looked at it today and we've missed this email. So this one is entitled, yes, sorry, thanks for reminding me, Meetup with a boxing glove emoji. A message for the drone operating privacy abuser from Worcester, who took aerial shots of my wife in our back garden swimming pool in Welland a few weeks ago. I've now received 148 Rightmove viewing requests, of which 0 people turned up over the last week. And after being given a tip-off about this podcast, I can only presume this is you. Enough is enough. Time to meet you at the Inn at Welland this Sunday at 1 p.m. Cheers, team. The Inn at Welland is like a real nice gastro pub. Oh, I'm going to get battered on a car park by team. He says, on a serious note, love the podcast and videos. I'm sure that you'll smash London Brett and top work in Seville, Andy. Lastly, you may have inspired and converted your youngest runner yet, Andy. Whenever the Let's Go music comes onto the TV, my 2-year-old son turns into the next Yorkshire Emile Caress running around the house.
Amazing.
All the best, guys. Grant. Oh, Grant.
Awesome. Cheers, Grant. Sorry we missed that. It went into our spam. And we had a look in the spam today and went, that is brilliant.
I read the first line. I thought, oh my God, he's found me. I was like, oh, thank God it's not him. Absolutely hilarious. Nice one, Grant. Brilliant. And good to know that we're inspiring the younger generation as well.
Yeah, brilliant. Right. The last thing that we need to do is the straw. The segment.
Oh, new delivery way.
Yeah,
I like
it. I thought I'd try something new. Right, so last week's leaderboard. We have in first place on our distance on last week's leaderboard, we have Luke Melling with 87 miles on the nose. So awesome work, Luke. In second place is Billy the Fish.
He's
William
done it.
Fish with 85.2 miles. And third is Nathan Hampson with 84.6 miles. So awesome work for you three. Nathan's made it on the podium 3 weeks in a row.
He's doing well. He's back on form.
Has William done that as well, Billy? Has he done podium last 3? I think he has, hasn't he?
We've read his name out a lot on this podcast. So maybe.
Awesome work, you guys. Then in our climbing, in first place is Ryan Gowan with 7,707 foot. Second place is Nick Ireland with 7,156 foot. And third is Tom Pothecary with 6,086 foot. So great work from you three as well. For our ladies, first place on the distance is Leanne Bayard with 69.6 miles. Second place is Chloe Hamard with 59.3 miles. And then I'm just going to have to check back onto here because I've written as third is Rachel Watson, but didn't write down the distance, and it is 58.2 miles. So awesome work, you three. And then for our climbing, first place, you need to get your sun down again, Jackie. Jackie Wilson with 4,436 foot. Second is Rachel Watson with 2,287 foot. And third, back up on the podium, is Ash Bedding with 2,024 foot. So
well done, everybody.
Amazing work from everybody. So, have you got anything else?
I don't think that's. I think that's all.
That's it. Yeah. What I did want to say was, though, if anybody is at the road relays tomorrow with your club, come and say hello. Me and Andy will be there.
Yeah.
And yeah, just come and find us and say hello.
Yeah, absolutely pointless letting you know this because it's already happened by the time you're listening to this. So maybe see us next year.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. Do you know what? That's the silliest thing I've ever said.
We might take the cameras down, might we?
Come and see us from earlier today.
Yeah. Nice to meet you all. Great to see you guys.
Oh yeah. We're going to take the cameras, aren't we? So yeah, we'll see if we can get some good footage and stuff.
I can't wait to see you taking it easy, conservatively on your last leg. You're going to be in bad shape, aren't you?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to see it. It's going to be a thing. It's going to be a thing of beauty.
Yeah.
I'm going to run past you and go, "That's not a 5-minute kilometer."
Yeah.
Slow down. 8-minute miling? I don't think so.
Right. So on that, I will say thank you so much for watching or listening. If you haven't already, please go and subscribe on YouTube or give us a follow on your podcast service of choice. And we shall see you all again next week. Cheers, guys.
Toodle pip.